you got to want to be here. You got to want to be home. Or you got to want to come here, um, from wherever you've lived, whether it's Samoa, whether it's Canada, whether it's the United States. I mean, you've got to want to come to be here and understand what this place is about. And if you don't understand it, you got to be open. You got to be open to learning. You got to be open to the respect. You got to be open to the things and the cultures and the values that are important to the people of Hawaii. And that's where it starts. And then we play football. And you wouldn't be recruited here or you wouldn't be coming here unless you had some value in which you could play and added that to the team and enabled for us to win and represent us in the right way. And so it all starts with our culture, it all starts with our values, and it all starts with the people of Hawaii. And so we want to make sure that we bring in the right people to represent us. This is the 2025 early signing period, and a lot earlier than we normally start, due to some of the new rules that are implemented into our NCAA recruiting system. And so we have 13 total signees, nine high schoolers, four junior college. I think the biggest thing here for us is focusing on the local guys, uh, in getting, I believe, six of them. And there's more with local roots and ties, but getting six high schoolers from the states, and building our foundation with these guys, and then going to the mainland, and four from junior college to kind of help fill in areas where we need to where we might be losing guys, or also need to get better in some of these areas. And so I'm pretty excited about this class and what we're bringing in. I love our local talent. The guys are, the biggest thing is that they want to be here and they want to represent the state and represent the school. And then we got some good corners from different parts of the country, and it got some guys from some different areas. And so pretty excited about this class. And we'll just see how it shakes out. Some of them are going to be here as early as January, and then some will be on campus as early as June, mid-June, and then some will be gray shirted to next year in January at this time. And so some of those guys get a little bit bigger and stronger and heal up a little bit. And so open for questions.
I mean, how would you overall assess the 24 to 2025 season and, with the early signing day period that you guys have now with it being early, um, just how exciting is it for you guys to start this early?
Yeah, to assess the 2024-2025 season, I mean, it's one of those where, you feel like you left something out on the table a little bit. You're hoping to play in a postseason game. And it's very close. This team is very close to being there. And so from that perspective, it's now to it's focusing on recruiting and filling in some of these areas in which we're going to need to get better and close out seasons and be better, in those 12 games of what we want to be and how we want to be. And so I'm very excited about this class. There's four guys in here that automatically will come in and compete with Fairleigh Gibson and Jones, as well as Jalen's brother Juju Smith at safety.
Hey, coach. Can you assess a little bit of the local talent? You guys are able to grab a good chunk of players that played high school here, whether they finished their high school career here or finished it on the mainland. Can you talk about just kind of the local crop that you're able to grab this signing period?
Yeah, we let's start with you know probably the state, besides the quarterback position, probably the state player, offensive player of the year, and that's Titan Lakaden. He did an unbelievable job. We're excited to get him. Explosive player, quick, shifty. Got to talk to him earlier today. Um, and congratulated him on just his performance, especially that second half of the season. And he did an unbelievable job. Got a pair of guys from Campbell, which I thought Campbell was a really, really good team. And I'm really excited about Isaiah Pongofie and Jordan Kernigan, an offensive lineman and a linebacker that it's homegrown talent. Guys that want to be home. Jordan's a big boy that's so versatile, can play in different positions. Isaiah is a throwback like his uncle Chris Pongofie, quick, fast, physical, aggressive to the point of contact. Really like the way he plays. A couple boys that went away, Brandon Gaia and Kavika Hallams. Both will be gray shirting, but I just like the depth we're building at offensive line, and another a great receiver that comes from a great program in Bishop Gorman as well as Milani. So I love the fact that we're getting these two guys and they get the gray shirt and come in fresh and get ready to go in next January. Um, and Zayden Maratarangi, is one of my favorite defensive guys in the state. His father Rocky played here, and so we're getting a homegrown alumni born, wants to represent the state, but just a physical player. He's gonna fit well in our linebacker room. Uh, Bigger guy that can run and is athletic. I think he adds a lot of versatility to what we're trying to do. And then we got some guys that come from away Uluwaki. Um, he played quarterback in his junior year and this past year he's playing all over the field, defensive line, offensive line, big. We look to play him at 6'4", 280. We look to play him, and at the offensive line position and he'll be a good developmental project for us that will grow into something pretty special.
Just a quick follow-up, Coach. You mentioned the kind of getting additions to that offensive line, and that was a point of conversation I think throughout the season. You've got three guys um, here in this crop of signees. Talk about the importance of getting some more guys in the trenches this time around.
Yeah, those guys are important. I mean, that's where the game's won. It's getting beef up front, being able to protect the quarterback, and being able to get the run game going. Um, it starts with those guys, and we rely on them to get us going. And so it's nice to get three guys in. And even with the guys that we gray shirted last year, like a Josh Tavui comes in and will be on campus in January. And so as long as we keep growing them and keeping these boys home, and it's a good thing.
Is there a specific need or needs on the team that you're really going after this for the upcoming year?
Yeah, there's we lost a couple receivers. Um, and that's going to be a need right now, an immediate need. We lost a couple cornerbacks that we feel like we filled some of the need there. There's also there's places where in the depth chart you get pretty thin. Safety's a position. D tackle's a position. Offensive line is a position, and so the other position, the other guy that I want to talk about was JJ Nelson. Um, you know, his uncle Corey and father played in the offense. In the run and shoot, and so this is a guy that's going to be a dual sport athlete in baseball and football, playing the quarterback position for the University of Hawaii, and we're excited about him. At one point in his junior year, he was leading the country in passing in high school, and that's the whole country. And so, very excited about him. And right now, the quarterback room is pretty thin with the departing of John Sagapoltele and Jake Farrell. And so, right now we have two guys on the board on scholarship, and that's with Micah and JJ. And so we got to go get some depth there as well. Yeah, this quarterback group is young. I mean, You saw a true freshman out there start the last game of the season. Here comes another true freshman in, and that's where it is right now. And so, I need to bring in guys that are ready to go, ready to play, and get ready to win games. But um, I thought I think we're just moving forward. What a performance for Micah to build on. Throwing for a record 465 yards as a true freshman debut. I think, I'm not sure if this is accurate, but it's maybe one of the greatest true freshman debuts that ever been seen, and in the history of NCAA. I've not seen it or heard of anybody doing better, but that's pretty special to be 469 yards or so and 5 touchdowns.
You're going into your fourth year. Just how exciting is this for you?
Yeah, there's definitely a more a better understanding of where you're at and what you're doing and how to do it. Again, the excitement that excitement comes when you win, right? And developing the guys and putting out better men into the community. And so I'm excited about those things. Of course, we want to be better. We want to be in a situation where something that Hawaii can be proud of, and that's what drives me. That's what makes me work a little harder, knowing that we have to go and reach those goals. But pretty exciting times. I mean, we believe that we have our our quarterback for the future. And for us, we feel like the time is now as we build around this team and where we got our guys going, and we're going into our fourth recruiting class, and so pretty special time and excited about what the future holds for this team, this program, this state.
When it comes to Titan, obviously can't tell us exactly what he'll end up doing, but in a way, does he kind of slot into that Tylen role that you've told us about for a while, a versatile playmaker? Is he going to play a little more wide receiver, more running back? What's kind of his role do you envision going forward?
Yeah, I think really really watching the last couple games. He was pretty dynamic in the backfield, and there almost was a he almost looked comfortable as the games went on, and he's rushing the ball 20 times a game. But I also know him as a pass catching receiver. And so I think the versatility just plays into his favor on where we can use him and how we can use him and how dynamic of a player he is. And so pretty excited about that young man. He's a special one too. And just his infectious attitude of wanting to be better, wanting to be good. But also, if you talk to him, he wants to be here and wants to represent the state. And we can't have enough players like that because, when they want to be here, it just, they're going to give you their all. And it makes it for fun Saturdays here at the Clarence T.C. Ching Stadium.
Justin mentioned you're going into your fourth signing class, but you recently signed that extension. Talk about a little bit about that to have two years on paper to where you can develop this group and develop the team going forward.
Yeah, excited to get locked in for another year. I'm blessed. I'm grateful to be coaching my alma mater, my home, and this team. And so I look forward to going every day to work and building this program. The thing is to last the test of time. And I mean, it's trying to build this thing for the next 50 to 100 years. And so whenever my time is done, I want to make sure that I've left it in a better place. And that's with my staff, and that's with the players that are here in the hallways and on that field. We just want to leave this place better. And so I'm really excited for the extension and grateful and thankful.
And kind of back to signing here, we've talked about the local kids that we've signed, and the guys you got from Bishop Gorman, which has kind of become a pipeline. But you guys are able to grab someone from American Samoa, which is another pipeline that I'm sure you guys hope to keep utilizing. Talk about that guy and kind of your the net that you cast out
Sure.
even past the continental United States.
Sure. Faleilua is a unique player, man. He's gonna come in, raw and but he's gonna come in athletic and he's gonna come in big. I mean, 6'5", 220. He's gonna have good ties here. He's gonna build great relationships. And that's what it's about. I mean, we've done really well recruiting the Samoan Islands and bringing guys here and developing them into top Division I NFL players. And so he's no different. And we look forward. He's going to be another guy that comes in next January, and so he's going to have a lot of time to develop and get bigger, stronger, and be ready to roll. And we look forward to having him for 4 to 5 years.
Coach, just a little curious about what your idea with JJ is, and maybe I was hoping you could talk about the difficulty of transitioning from high school to college and football at the quarterback position and then adding in playing another sport at the same time. How do you guys plan to make that split happen, especially with like spring and whatnot going forward?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tall task on him, and I think he's up for the challenge. The great ones do. If they're athletic enough, and they have the skill set to do it, they're going to do it. And that's an easy call, for us. I've seen him play I've seen him play the quarterback position. Um, he plays it at an extremely high level. He's going to be very familiar with the offense. But he has a gift of swinging a bat and fielding and running and all these other things that make him a great baseball player. And so, it's an easy call to allow him to do both. There's going to take a lot of great communication, a lot of sacrifice on his part. But I think me and Coach Hill would really want him to be at his best, when it comes to both sports, and we're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna allow him to slack off on either end, and we're gonna expect the best of him.